guys, or good afternoon. It's 4:49 p.m. Today is Wednesday, March 2nd, second day of the month. So let's start with the pre-market note. So let's see here. So yes, right. So the price is below is balancing now. It's 100% balancing is going on. So something will happen. A big move. So today could be the start. Due to the Mr. Powell was talking, right? And market just always happens, right? Whenever market is going down or struggling, Mr. Powell comes back from his shell and then he talks and then market goes higher, right? But anyway, so the price is balancing now. If you look at the 6 days of February, then you will realize that price, basically I kept the similar writing like yesterday, because the price is balancing, so there is no point guessing, right, what will happen. We are day traders, remember, we are not in a forecasting business, right? So whatever price shows us, we have to trade accordingly, except we have to keep the higher time frame bias in mind, right? The smallest time frame, mid time frame, longer term view, all these things we have to keep in mind and then trade accordingly in a day trading time frame, right? But these are the key levels, and this area launched the move today, right? And then this area provided a reactionary short, and then price took out both of this area. That means buyers are confirming at that point most likely this area will hit, and depending on the days, internals and everything else, it may go through it or it may stop the price. That is pretty much it today. In a way, you can read through all these things. Overall, sellers still have a control. ES range is 4560 to 4660, 300 point range. Garbage in general, right? So you are trading in a garbage, right? That means you will see back and forth, every single resistance, support, somebody is selling, somebody is buying, you won't see a clean move. Today whatever happened, it was not a clean move actually. Yes, it was a clean move, but there were a lot of struggles, so because of the Powell speech, it went higher. The actual sellers were there, it's just because of the Powell somebody bought it a big time, So NQ 260, 221, 175, 131, 40, 900, 890, so and so. So NQ, it's all about levels, similar to ES today, and you will see it. You will see when I walk through the chart, you will see how these levels reacts, both ways actually. Since garbage, you are trading both ways. See, 14,500, I bumped it up 500 to 702. See, so it's a garbage pretty much, A sell. This one is interesting, It is rotating around this area a lot. Something is going to happen from this area, So today sellers need to hold below this, right? And then buyers need to do opposite, right? So both party won today, You can see some sell off from here and also buying about these things. At the end, I think it closed right around somewhere around vicinity to this area, Dow is also perfectly played out. This area pretty much became the high of the day, and look at this damn level. This level became the low of the day. So this was a line in sand, for both parties. So sellers need to hold below, buyers need to hold above it. So buyers basically have made this area as a low of the day, right of the open, and just went higher all the way up to this, Gold 1925 or 1915 above buyers, right? So gold's low today was 1918, opening area was 25, 24. From there it went higher as above buyers, right? And minor R 37s, actually it went to 37, above this area, and then it came down, right, to 18, right? And then basically it held. So gold is still bullish, right, overall in general about this. Crude, it's now, see, I changed the tone little bit today, up to this point I was long, right? Now I'm saying you have to be conservative, so you should not be taking longs higher up, like breakout kind of longs, you have to wait for a pullback kind of longs now, and you have to expect that one of your pullback may not work during intraday and price may go down, because this is unsustainable now, so pullback is required. So today it went up to this area. See, that was my final line here, final level today. See, now I have to come up with more levels, see if it goes higher, but it should pull back from here, below all of this. Actually, to be honest, it should go back below all of this. So if you see tomorrow overnight or day after tomorrow, if price is going below this level, most likely it will go down. Go down where? I have no clue. Here, anywhere in this area it will go. So be extra cautious in crude now. Taking breakout kind of long is not avoid it. It's basically avoid it. That is what I'm trying to say. Dream number 14,001, 13,942, right? And then so let's go here. So now before I walk you through it, I wanted to let you know that I was not here till 11, I think almost till 11:30 or so. So vertical line, maybe up to this time, I was not here. Okay. So I was outside, so I did not do even pre-market voice today, because I told the guys that I have some personal stuff to do. So I am outside and I will come back. Whenever I come back, I'll pick it up. So after 11:30 pretty much, or 11, I picked it up. But I decided not to trade a lot, so I just stick with micros, because by the time move was already happened. So yes, I stick with micros. NQ I did take regular contracts later on, like this at the key levels only, shorts, no longs, only shorts I took it, because long already price moved up, so since it's a garbage, both side will work, so I choose to stick with reactionary shorts only, a few points, and then that's it pretty much. So okay, so now these were the levels, key levels: 50, 49, 16 to 23. See, 16 was the level in pre-market. Before I left for the personal stuff, I gave the levels in the Discord. It says monitor 16 to 23, right now around maybe 8:30 or so, and I said, what, monitor that level by 9 o'clock, up to 9 o'clock, and then you can see it by 9 o'clock price went below before 9, 1623, and by 9 it was right at 1623. You can see it actually, at 8:15 or so I told them to monitor at 16, or maybe somewhere around 8 o'clock, 16 to 23 and 50, so by 9 o'clock, that was a specific time I gave, at 8 o'clock. So by 9 o'clock you can see it, price was right at 16, right? Even though it went below it, but then it was come back up, it came back up, right? So now something happened here, it broke below it, but now it came coming back up, and above this VWAP and mid also at the same time, right? So, and right of the open, you can see it, this 23, this entire bold area support, right? Price bounced from it, see that? And then, so technically, if you see this, see, like this, right? Price balanced above this support, right? And then it broke down, right? Like this. So somebody sold it here, correct? Then going into the day, what you wanna see is price trading below this thing. Simple, right? Now this area acted it, somebody got trapped here, and now price going down, pull back and down, right? Ideal situation is it should go down, right? That but now look at it, right? Here it went higher, correct? So assuming whoever sold it here, they are in the wrong side now. That may fuel up the price. This is what exactly happened, right? So if you're watching all this thing, monitoring 1623, if you look at this, this was your long right here, right? But now there is a but here. See, NQ was also, if you look at NQ at the same time, it was right close to this dream number. See, dream numbers are powerful always. Look at this here also. 942 was a dream number. Look, price came down to 950. Options level, round number, So you can even jump start, front run it if you want to here, But anyway, let's not talk about front run and all these things. But here you can see it was close to dream number, right? And this thing's right at 23, right of the open. So you can technically go long here, knowing that 16 area is held, right? Second thing is, now I'm ignoring overnight, right? You can see this much price action yesterday, right? This is yesterday's price action. You can see it. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up, down, and close here, right? And today, if this much fighting was going on both sides, and today price gap up above these things, buyers will be there defending their territory, because now price is above this area, right? And not only that, this is happening at the key area, right? It can act as a support or resistance, right? Either way. And internals were higher too, so that's why you take a long here, you know? There is always a risk, right? It can come down, fill this gap, which is 11, right? So if you go long at 23, this price can go against you by 10-12 points, right? So you have to cut it here and then evaluate again here, right? So it's always a risk. There is always a risk for each trade. It's up to you how you want to manage it, how you want to let go certain trades if you're not feeling comfortable, right? But I would not take this trade, you know, but I'm just explaining what's going on, you know. So, and then price went higher straight to 49.53 area, right? So NQ went from 14,001, sliced through 40, 65 line, and get to this 131. See, this is the area I was talking about in Discord yesterday evening, you know, that these are, and in the pre-market also I talked about this area to Discord folks, that this is where the sellers are sitting there from yesterday, waiting for this trade to happen, you know. Not today. I'm not seeing today these things, or not by looking at this, you know. This is, I typed it early in the morning when I was writing a note, you know. I said look at 131, and if you look at, go back into yesterday's area, yesterday's level, this 131, I made it pink. It was not there even, you know. But yesterday night in the evening at 6 o'clock I gave them a level and say 131 is a yellow line, you know. So, but anyway, this area, that's why I shorted it here, you know, or I would have shorted it here. Anyway, I was not here, but this was a good short, and it was lining up with ES50 key level, you know. That's why you short it, you know, and straight up exhaustion into that. At least back to this VWAP or mid, you can take this short, you know, high likelihood chances. And then NQ also you can do back to VWAP, you know, something like that. Then, but it's a different arrow. Why? Because it could be an open drive too. You never know, right? So because the way price bounced from here, the way it bounced from this support, you know, and internals were good positive, right? So it can go through it, you know. So that's why it was not an ideal perfect trade. You know, you have to read all these things. But then from here it bounced it, right? At that time, if you look at it, there was a AD divergence, right? Momentum was not higher. NQ was also diverging in terms of price action, right? ES was making almost similar high. NQ was here, see that? And AD divergence. So now you can short it here. This is a valid trade. And now you look for price to take out these things, ideally, you know. So when price comes here, there is no pause. So you hold it straight down here, you will out. Why? Because PD balancing, see, it's not trending down overall. When price came here, it was just balancing, right? However, NQ made a new low, right? But ES was here. So here, either because of NQ, ES is going to make a new low, or because of ES, NQ will bounce. Either or can happen, right? So, but looking at this, you will out here at least. Or if you see pause here like this, you see pause, you bail out right here. It's key level, right? You never know. So you take profit. Then you just wait, because by this time price is just chopping around in this box pretty much, right? NQ, same thing pretty much. So you just wait, and knowing that Mr. Powell is going to talk at 10 o'clock, you should not be trading these things anyway after this point onwards. Then you wait. Then Powell started talking, price did it back and forth, and then you can see huge buying came, right? So you are waiting to see. At least at this point, looking at this bar, you know that Mr. Powell is talking, somebody is buying. Simple, right? Otherwise price should not have gone higher, correct? Now at least you know somebody is buying, so maybe the buying side we can choose, right? And shorts we cannot do it now because sellers had a chance here with this divergence. They blew it up, they screwed it up. So now buying is the only option, but we have to wait for the setup, right? Proper setup. Now here 49.50, if price is above this and this level, then at least it can go to here and here, right? So we have to wait for a breakout, nice breakout. So when this breakout happened, see here, it tried it first attempt, immediately come down. So it's not a nice breakout here. See, it's just it's a tail, right? Then it came down, right? Now you don't want to trade here in the garbage, right? So there is a trade here. See, VWAP and mid as usual. People love to trade around these areas, randomly, in the middle, right? Just because this VWAP is there, So I don't trade that way. But there is a trade here which I don't take it usually, right? But at least you can see somebody bought it again here, right? Now you have a trail here, and then price went higher and take out this area completely, correct? At this point it is confirming that now buyers are there, but breakout buying, I said do not take it in ES in Discord, right? NQ you can ping pong, but no breakout buying, right? So when NQ came to here at our 1116, which is this area, which is yesterday's high, there was a reactionary short there, again straight exhaustion into that, NQ into blue line. So short back to this area, ES short back to this area, when NQ got here, you bail out in ES also, same thing. Then now at least, but your main goal is not reactionary short. Your main goal is to catch the longs, right? Because now price had a balanced in this two key levels and broke out. Most likely it will hit this level, one of this, and it will just take out this area, It's not gonna stop here after doing all these things. Considering Powell is talking and all these things, two sets of buyers, right? It will go through it. So you look for targeting here in this area and look for long somewhere in the pullback, right? By looking at this strong breakout bar, you do not want price to even pull back more than somewhere into this vicinity, right? So which is this, in this time frame you can see it close to this high, there was a pullback. NQ at the same time was pulling back here, see, 131, broken resistance, turning to support. This was a long, targeting this blue line or this blue line again. At the same time you can go long in ES, target this 85 or this area, and then you bail out. ES you can't take short because ES is the strongest one, right? NQ always does ping pong, level to level, so NQ you can take this short here and bail out the other one. Take a short, exit here, see? So I'm giving you both views, because it's a garbage, you can trade both ways. Up to you, whether you wanna stick with shorts or long, But ideally today's price action, I would prefer longs, So in general, and then ES for short, NQ you can do ping pong. So and then you have to wait, and then price just ping pong here, you can see it, right? And then there was a breakout, so ignore the breakout, wait for a pullback. When pullback happened here and here, ideal match was this, this little balance, broke out, price pullback, long. At the same time, ES also pullback, long, right? And then you get a few points, go higher, take even target for 4400. When you see prices struggling here, you bail out, simple. And ES, NQ, you bail out here. This was also short in NQ, see? So step by step, and then you don't trade after that, it's a closing time, and price already moved so much in a bearish market overall. Not bearish market, but it's a mid-term bearish view, and that be all for today. Tomorrow you want to see, tomorrow actually this area is a gray area, so don't try not to trade. Entire area is a gray area. So ideally, if buyers are in control, you want to see them trading above. In between, it's a ping pong, you never know what's gonna happen. Price can come down here, bounce, maybe here, rejection, come here, maybe go through it, come here, bounce, all these things can happen. And that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.